Hola, peoples. Hello, welcome, good morning. I left my coffee in the other room. Say a little prayer for me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Uh, I left the coffee. What the hell? It's okay. We will get through this. We will survive. Um, Hola, peoples. Hello, welcome. Good morning. It's 9:09 a.m. here in Northern California, May 15th. Oh my gosh, it's almost June. Um, it will be here before we even know it. So I feel like today's card is kind of like doubling down on some of the stuff we talked about yesterday. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but it's good information. It's good information to have, right? So you know how I do. I shuffled. I thought, okay, conversations. What are we gonna talk about today? What are we gonna ramble about? This year is yes, and you know what that means? We're old. Oh, it's terrible. But I don't know if you got told this, but everyone's like, when you get older, time just goes by so fast. And I'm like, that's just you're stop that nonsense right now. And I'm like, oh, oh, it's true. I wonder if it's because, like, as you get older, you get more responsibilities. You have more responsibilities. You have to hustle. You have to figure out how to pay this bill or pay that bill. And it's not just about bills, but you have these events, or if you have, like, if you're popping out kids, you have like all the kids events and the soccer and teacher shit and all this other stuff, and like there's just so much. It's like I feel, are we like speeding up time ourselves because we're just like so like fast pace. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a lot. I have to open this. Let me open my curtain. Oh, okay. There. Have a little light. Um, so it's because as you get older, a year is a smaller and smaller percent. I don't like that either. Actually, I'm not. I that doesn't bother me. Like, you know what? Like, aging doesn't bother me. That's not like it's not something that really. I don't feel old, but aging doesn't bother me. I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of dying either. And I don't want to die right now. Like, I just don't. But I would like to accomplish more than what I have. Like, I want to do a lot of things. That's the only thing that it doesn't concern me, but I would like to achieve and be able to sort of like enjoy the results of those achievements um, before I kick it. So we'll see. So, like, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Coins pops up today for us to discuss. And feel free to let me know what you think of the Aces, what you think of the Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles. Aces, I always feel and I always teach like aces are kind of like gifts from God, gifts from gods, goddess, spirit, whatever. It's like this divine gift because you can see like there's a freaking hand coming out of a cloud, y'all. Like there's a hand coming out of a cloud, and it has like the little the dots, like the dots, they're not dots, they're like little lines, like the halo, there's a term for that, and I can't think of it, but it's like glowing, it's bright, it's this divine blessing, divine gift. In its reverse form, though, it's not like the exact opposite of a gift. I feel like it's a gift that is interpreted in a different way. And again, we pay attention to sort of like the positioning. And so this cloud hand thing, divine, is coming from the right of the card and moving towards the left. Yeah. And so the right, again, I associate with future, left, I associate with past. And so it's like, okay, maybe this is a gift from the future, a blessing from the future that we have to be aware of, that we can actually change in the current moment. And if you look at the way that that hand is cupping that coin, it doesn't look like the coin's falling or it's about to fall. Like, cups are just like pour out. That coin, that pentacle looks secure. And so I feel like this is a sort of safe placement, or it's like there's more caution or there's more security in the foundation when we're dealing with the Ace of Pentacles reverse. And I do feel, it suggests a moment to pause, right? A moment to pause and reflect on our material pursuits. It's also there to, it's not dropping, but it's and that's why, I say it doesn't look like it's falling. It looks like it's being placed. So it's a deliberate placement into our physical world. So again, this is just how my brain works and how I was taught. So the top of the card, no matter what, the top of the card is sort of like divinity, maybe higher space, astral stuff, and the bottom of the card is like mundane, physical, present moment, earthy stuff. And so we can see that in reverse, that blessing is sort of like coming down. And it makes me think of, I guess an example is like in mediumship, when you raise your awareness to connect with spirit, spirit also has to sort of like lower their vibration to connect with us here on earth. And so it makes me think of that. So there's this divine essence that's lowering its vibration or lowering its energy to meet us here on earth. And this is an earthy experience lesson. And so there is, it might denote like a potential for missed opportunities or missteps in our financial or physical well-being, because it's not something that just comes out of nowhere, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't just fall like, oh wow, here's this thing. It's kind of like a slow burn. It's a slow sort of manifestation, this slow thing, like, example, I almost died because of the diabetes, and I did not know that I had the diabetes. That those last couple years before that were just, it's very, very, were very hard. It was a lot. And so, but it's not like the diabetes came out of nowhere, right? Circumstances happened. We were only allowed to do certain things. We so much. We weren't even really allowed to leave the house too much because we were caring, or for the other Michael's mother. She was ill, she was dying, and so no one else really showed up until like the end, right? And so we couldn't leave her alone, and so we were kind of homebound, and so we wouldn't be eating healthy. We weren't able to go out and grocery shop and get all the things, and it was a lot. And so it wasn't like the diabetes came out of nowhere, right? It was little choices, little things, little investments along the way that we kind of can see, but we're not really recognizing the severity of it. Does that make sense? And so I think with the Ace of Pentacles reverse, it's that sort of being mindful that, oh, the choices we are making now may lead in the future to missed opportunities or missteps in our finances or our physical health. And so we are being given this sort of insight, this opportunity now to be aware of that. That's why the divine message is from the future to our moment right now. And so we have to be mindful that, hey, there may be choices right now that we are investing in that are going to set us up for hurt. Yeah. What is that? Um, and again, we're talking about pentacles coin, so it could be finances. Like, where's my money going? Where's my money going? Who am I trusting my money with? Let me pay attention to that. Again, it's kind of like reiterating some of the stuff we talked about yesterday, but it's okay. We do need to be mindful of that. Maybe be aware. It's not just like, oh, I have this much money in my account, I can do this. We have to be more aware of where we place it. Like, I do have this much in my account, but I also have this bill, this bill, this bill that's going to come out on these days, and so I really don't have that much. What I actually have is this, and maybe I should wait to use it and for something else, right? So let's just be mindful of that. And it's also our health and wellness, our physical body. Let's take care of it. Like, oh yeah, I worked out yesterday, so now I can eat like a gallon of ice cream today, right? That's not how it works. Not how it works. No. Be mindful in our spending, be mindful in our our ability to take care of ourselves. uh it does not balance out like that. So that's just something that we might be aware of with the Ace of Pentacles. Another thing is, as we it's associated with the essence of earth, the roots of the powers of earth, right? The Ace of Pentacles. And so we understand stability, endurance, and the manifestation of our desire into physical reality. That's kind of the association with the Ace of Pentacles here. And the reversed ace asks us to question how grounded our current pursuits are and whether they truly align with our long-term visions. And see, that's kind of the connection again. Long-term vision, are they in alignment? Is our current standing in alignment with that? So it's that gift from the future, like, hey, I want you to have the best future possible, but you also have to be aware, like, what do you want for your future? What do you want to experience in that future? Who do you want to become in that future? How much money would you like to be having or making, whatever, in that future? So I think we do need to take time to think about it more. We might get caught up in the everyday stuff, and we forget to ground and center and pay attention, and start to reflect, like, this is who I want to become, this is who I want to build into, and let me take action to do that. So we might just, again, and sometimes we're just trying to get by, right? Live through the day, and get the day experience, and move to the next. But sometimes we have to take a moment to step back, and realize, like, you know what, that's not necessarily living for ourselves, for myself, right? So long term, what would I like to see? What would I like to experience? And then, where am I today? I don't have to be in the best position to, like, make all the things happen, but I do have to pay attention to where I currently am, and the choices that I do make, or what I can make with the resources that I have, what I can invest in with the resources that I have, and what I can do with it to experience the things that I want to experience. Does that make sense? And so I feel, what is going to set us up for success? What kind of success do we want? I feel, again, with this aspect of the card, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, long-term planning is so important. So to reflect on our maybe career and personal goals, to ensure that they are sustainable and grounded in our reality, and to set achievable milestones. Oh my God! See, no coffee. This is what happens. Set achievable milestones that build towards our vision, ensuring each step is practical and well thought out. So I also feel another great thing, another lesson for the Ace of Pentacles reverse that we can do is just start grounding more. Engage, like, whether it's that tree meditation that people like, that kind of icks me, but like, if you like it, go for it. But like, grounding exercises, and it doesn't have to be a meditation, it doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be like activities that connect you with nature and ground you in the present moment. Whatever is going to ground you in the present moment. It could be walking barefoot on grass, gardening, simply, spending time outdoors. These activities can enhance your physical and mental well-being, by strengthening your connection to the earth element. And so I feel like this aspect of the Ace of Pentacles is so important, like, to be grounded, to feel like, to have that foundational, like, energy secured, that stability, and to start thinking about long-term planning. And I want us to not be as scared of it. And I also want us to, like, okay, this is the I'm totally I've talked about this recently, I think, but it's kind of like, don't spend based on your current budget, right? In your mind. So, like, if you're thinking about your future, don't think about it based on your current circumstances, right? Does that make sense? And so it's like, think about the future you want. Don't try to figure it out. Oh my gosh, go away. No way. No, no, no walks, rocks. Oh my gosh, I can't. See, this is what happens when you forget the coffee. Um, but like, and this is like an example. So when I was in professional retail, my manager was very poor mentality minded. And so she would always suggest the cheapest shit possible to everyone. I don't know why you'd want to buy that, which is not even good for business, right? She's the manager. I don't know why you want to buy that. That is so expensive. This is cheap and it's nice. But it's like, is it nice though? It's nice for those who need to afford it, yes, and who it's in their budget. But like, don't assume that someone cannot afford something just because you can't or you don't want to. And I would always go for what I thought was great. And so I would give people options like, you know what, this is top of the line. This is a little more pricey, but you don't have to use as much. It makes your hair feel so great, silky smooth, yada yada yada. Your clients will love it. Smells amazing. And then I'm like, and if you want something different, if you know, if they sort of like tell me, yeah, it's a little pricey, I'm like, it is, but it's worth it. But however, you know, if you want something different, I'll find you something. But don't initially go with your budget or with, you know, what you think is, you know, affordable. And I think that we need to take that. And a lot of times people would just, you know, would get what I recommend because they eventually trusted that, hey, I know what I'm talking about. And they would spend that extra, not because like I'm not just trying to sell them something more. I know what is going to work for their client, and to have a good return, not just for us, but for them. And I was more so concerned about them because like I could, you know, care less about the mass corporation that I was working for, right? So but anyways, hopefully that makes sense. In saying that, that's kind of what we need to think about, like how we need to apply ourselves when we apply ourselves to our future. It's like, oh, I don't know how that's possible. Don't try to make sense of it. What do you want to achieve? And it's like, you will find a way. We will find a way to make it happen. But just go with like long-term planning. This is what I want to really happen. This is what I want to achieve. And then we can set little goals and little, you know, achievable stuff to make that a reality. And eventually we just one foot after the other, one step, you know, on a rock after another, and we'll get there. But we have to be mindful of where we invest our resources. Am I investing my resources in things that are going to help support that, or am I investing my resources in things that are taking away and depleting me from getting to where I want to be? And then another thing about this aspect of the card is to pay attention to our health, right? With the Ace of Pentacles, there's this again gift. Like before things get out of hand, and I feel like maybe one or two of you, maybe more of us, need to be mindful of this. It's like, hey, pay attention to your health. Go get that test done. You know, you need a mammogram, go get a mammogram. If you need, you know, whatever it is, go get it done. Go get that test done. Don't put it off. Like if you really need to take care of your health, start today. Start now. And it doesn't have to be you be perfect, but it's important to make that step. It's important to make that decision and to start doing what is necessary for your physical health, right? Establish a routine that sort of nurtures your body and allows you to feel good and allows you to get to where you want to be. You know, understanding your nutrition and exercise and rest, sleep, you know, all of the things to take care of yourself. Be mindful of that right now. And so, you know, the third talking point here is that, again, we've talked about it a little bit already, but like with its position from right to left, this card is inviting us to consider the direction of our material and financial efforts. Are they leading, again, we've been talking about this, are they leading us towards stability or away from it? It's a call to reassess and potentially redirect our energies to ensure they contribute positively to our lives and the lives we seek to experience, right? Um, so what do you think? How does this make you feel? What pops up for you? The Ace of Pentacles reversed allows us to understand that, oh, nothing is set in stone at this moment, you know? We are being provided this insight from the future that, hey, I have the ability right now to shape, to form, to change what I need to start making those changes before things get out of hand, you know? And so let's be aware of that. Let's take full advantage of that and start making the necessary changes. Okay. This could be reverse budgeting. I love reverse like engineering. So let's like reverse budgeting is maybe traditional budgeting methods aren't effective or working out for us. So maybe reverse budgeting by setting aside savings, essential expenses first, then using the remainder for other things. This method ensures that we cover our critical financial bases and may prevent overspending. So it's like, okay, let's take what we need. This is how much we need. Okay, this is how much we need for this and this, and then we have this left over. So maybe that is something we're mindful of, or we can say this is how much money I need to raise for this project. Like it doesn't have to be just your budget. It could be like, oh, this is how much I need to raise for this project. So it's like for me, if I'm gonna go study and just with this, it's like 3 courses, 4 courses. I need about, let's say, $4,000. If I need to raise $4,000 to do this, and that's like $4,000 profit, not just $4,000. And then reverse engineering it, I'm like, okay, well, what can I do to make that happen? So obviously, the money that comes in, I have to set money away for bills or different things, and then I have to be mindful, like, okay, unexpected, occurrences, things that pop up, or unexpected expenses. But then it's like, okay, this much money can go towards this. I can, like I'm doing right now, I can create Oracle decks. I've been wanting to for a while. I've been have some planned out. I've had these ideas, and so now I'm just focused on doing that. I can do that. I can start coaching and consulting. I can do that. I can start, doing this. I can create digital products, right, for people who are interested. And so maybe it takes a minute to take off, but like I can see what I am able to do, right? I have a lot to offer. I absolutely do. I can use my skills, use what I'm really, great at, and help other people at the same time, and also help myself by being able to save money to go back to school. Does that? And so I feel like this is kind of another blessing from the Ace of Pentacles reverse, is like if we kind of reverse engineer something, we say this is how much we need, and then we set aside all the things that we have to make sure to have money for, and then what can we do to like make money to put away for this, and come up with ideas. Okay. Another thing with the Ace of Pentacles reverse is maybe it's time to declutter, um, whether it be like actual stuff. So maybe it's time to declutter. So it could be actual stuff in our physical space. It could be mental stuff, things that we're holding on to, programs, beliefs, patterns that we're holding on to that are holding us back. It can be spiritual stuff, so many different things. But like when the Ace of Pentacles reverse pops up, there is this sort of like, hey, get back on track and get back in alignment with your future. But you have to be clear as to what that future is, what you want for yourself. When you are clear, when you recognize this is what you want, then you can start to say, you know what, this no longer serves me. This again, oh, this Netflix subscription, Hulu subscription, HBO Max subscription, AMC Plus subscription, blah 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 blah. All of these add up. I don't really need them. Just I may watch one thing, right? That's it. So it's like, okay, what's the point of having all of these, when I don't really utilize them to get my money's worth? And I can't even share them, like, right? We can't even share them with friends or family anymore because, you know. And so then we're like, okay, let's get rid of that. Let's declutter. That's just an extra expense that I don't need. to be, investing. And so these are things we think of. Declutter. I mean, right? Same. Same. Declutter. When the Ace of Pentacles, it's really about creating the best future possible for us. The Ace of Pentacles reversed, and that's kind of the inspiration here for the cards. Is that, look, we can achieve and experience what we want, but we have to be clear as to what that is, and then we have to start. Oh my God, start to take the necessary steps to make those things happen. Sometimes that's clearing our pathway from obstacles and clutter that are no longer relevant or no longer serving us to get to that future. It's being aware of what we invest in that will either help us and support us getting to that future, or that's, not helping us and taking us away and distracting us from that future. So we have to be very mindful when the Ace of Pentacles in reverse comes up. So it's a gift that this is not set in stone, but if we continue down the path we're going without awareness, we might be missing something. We might have a misstep. We might have, a missed opportunity because we're trying to do too much and we're not really clear as to where we want to be leading our life. And so that's something that does need to be mindful of. If you have any last minute thoughts, questions, concerns, feel free to comment, feel free to ask, feel free to express yourself. But that's kind of what's coming up today with the Ace of Pentacles reverse. I hope you like that. I hope you can take something from it. It was a bit much, I know, it's a lot. Again, enter our free giveaway this month by joining as a free member on Patreon. So again, patreon.com/House of Blackthorn. It's kind of like my newsletter. So I keep everyone updated. I let you know when I'm going live publicly. Give you enough time to respond. And I'm doing all the things, y'all. So if you want to book a reading with me, message me. If you want some coaching, message me. If you want to tarot training, I have tarot training that I can offer. Message me. I do have some magical oils that I need to list again. Poppets. I'm getting people's packages put together and sent. This week has slowed me down a little bit because of the kitten, like having to hold the kitten and like feed it every 2 to 3 hours has really slowed me down, but I'm still making this stuff happen. Yeah, so thank you so much. I do appreciate y'all, and you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Okay, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.